Final Four official gets ready to toss it up along with Pat Adams and A.J. Desai. And it's Jesse Edwards-Mouhamadou Gueye as that tip goes out of bounds. Pitt twice down the floor, twice they've turned it over, looking to get it to Gueye in transition. This is Swider feeding underneath, and the Panthers lost Boeheim behind the defense. Buddy Boeheim in a sweet spot in the middle of the lane, and Edwards rises above the cylinder to flush it through. Even though it was in defeat, one of the better performances in this last 10 years for Syracuse. Gueye slips behind the 2-3 zone. It's 4-all. And that's hoisting up more threes than perhaps they'd like or is good for them. The Panthers do a lot of their scoring from the free throw line. Edwards in the lane uses his height to drop it over the top. Shot clock is down to 5 for Cuse. 3 in the air is good for Boeheim, and the lead is 5 for Syracuse.
In fact, in conference play, the Orange get 45% of their scoring from beyond the arc.
Hughley, 15 feet, off glass, no. Gueye with the rebound, and he puts it up over the top of Swider and Boeheim.
He's got to be very careful. He's got to be aggressive, but he's also got to be careful.
He got forced out of the lane. He feeds it back in, and the lay-in is there for Odukaly on the drive. Odukaly waiting on a look from 3. Hughley fires it back in off Boeheim's foot, and a hoist from the corner doesn't go. The follow from Gueye ties the game at 10. Jeffress misfires on the 3. The rebound belongs to Frank Anselm, the backup center who plays about 11 minutes a game. Open look, Buddy Boeheim rips it through for Buddy Boeheim.
Well, he does just such a nice job finding an open spot in transition, and it's not like that was a big fast break. Syracuse, you're okay with John Hughley shooting the ball from there. You don't want Hughley down in the low post.
Buddy Boeheim off the screen, another triple, stretches the lead to 6 to take its largest lead of the game. Boeheim backs down and finds Torrance in unfamiliar territory under the basket. Well, Dan, it's clear Hughley is the #1 option offensively, but so far, they say that as Burton makes it 3. Hughley outside his scoring range. Gueye trapped in the corner. Well, that left somebody open, and the man to take advantage gets the bucket. It's Jamarius Burton, the senior out of Charlotte. Boeheim has another triple. He's 3 of 3 from beyond the arc.
He's come off without the ball. He's come off a screen, and just on a catch and shoot basis, you've got to be right on him when he catches the ball. You've got to fight through screens. Maybe you have to switch some of those screens, but Buddy Boeheim is doing a great job moving without the ball, and the guy who moves without the ball is always the hardest guy to guard, and there's another perfect example.
Gueye beating Hughley, who dunks over top of Jimmy Boeheim. He's not gotten many clean looks at the bucket, but when he does, look out. And on the other side, John Hughley coming off a 32-point game.
You don't have to block the shot or deny him the ball, but you have to get close enough to contest that shot.
Burton cashes in. A 3-point barrage on both sides. So Odukaly lets it fly, and Pitt takes the lead, 27-25.
But the key has been when they're at the end of the ball movement, they've been making some shots.
And Dan, to their credit as well, now as they've scored 10 unanswered, they've been very patient against the zone. Jim Boeheim going a little bit uncharacteristically deeper than he might usually on the bench. And Odukaly with separation gets 3. Rangier Gueye on him, switches off for Odukaly. The baseline drive, a hang and a finish for Joe Girard. You'd imagine it'll be a shot from distance given the players on the floor. Swider got stuck, and he goes over the top to score.
If you're going to get scoring, it's going to come from Swider or Boeheim or Girard. You'd figure that 2 big guys aren't really a threat on offense.
A very long two belongs to Burton.
Hughley's only taken 4 shots, only scored 4 points.
It's a commendable defensive effort for the Orange. Boeheim turns around with a soft touch. Boeheim curls, dishes for Swider with 5 seconds. Under the basket, Ansela missed it. Tipped up and in by Jimmy Boeheim. 35-34, Syracuse by 1 at the break.
Panthers open the second half once again in the man-to-man defense.
And Girard stumbling to the basket, puts that in. So if you're coming off the bench, the role is clear. It's not to score. Jimmy Boeheim over the shoulder for 2.
Syracuse is gradually taking control of this game.
Edwards rises, scores, and earns a trip to the free throw line as he rolled to the rim, got the feed from Buddy Boeheim.
If you're Syracuse and you can get the ball out of the middle and force the Panthers to shoot threes, I think ultimately it's to your advantage.
And although it might seem like Jim Boeheim has been at the helm that long, it's only year 46 for the Hall of Fame. On the backdoor cut, Swider off glass for 2. But when we talked to Jeff Capel yesterday, he said, yeah, you know, I went back and I looked at what we did. I watched none of their offensive possessions. I just wanted to see what we did that could be successful. Swider got caught out of position, fades away, and scores. Cole Swider, 6 points for the Villanova transfer. Hughley is back in the game, the Pitt big man, coming off of a 32-point performance over the weekend against Boston College. He trimmed 15 to 13 points now. Edwards, unencumbered to the basket, slams it home. Jesse Edwards has 10 points. Dan, he told us yesterday that one of the guys that he learned a lot from was Marek Dolezaj. There's Torrance under the basket. Dolezaj, the 5-0. They've won 9 straight. Shows how much the media knows sometimes, ourselves included. They got picked 12th in the preseason poll out of 15 teams. Numbers advantage. Burton, free throw line pull-up. It's a 15-point game once again. They've had good scoring nights from Gueye, from Burton, from Odukali. 41 points from them combined, but just 14 from the rest.
Mike, you made the point earlier that it's going to be very hard for the Panthers to be competitive offensively on a night when Hughley doesn't score, and that's exactly what's happened this evening.
U.S. presidencies, 6 New York State governors, and 5 different mayors of the city of Syracuse. All the way to the rim. 75-61, a little bit too late for Pitt. So Syracuse with this win tonight will improve to 8-8, 2-3 in the ACC. And the Panthers will drop to 6-10 as they had that extra time in the difference between the game and shot clocks. And that's your game, 77-61 the final at the Carrier Dome.